From the Dropkick Murphys, and I love the Grandstanders! Take it away, kid!
Hello and welcome to another edition of Grandstanders Live. I'm your host, Scott Kerman, and I'm joined by my usual cohort, Uncle Joe McLaughlin, and JP's first son, Tim Hoey, will be coming here
As soon as he finishes his cigar.
in two wheels. Timmy texts me, goes,
He's got to finish that cigar
yeah,
first.
are we in the studio tonight? 20 minutes ago
Yeah.
from Milton, Mass. That's what he finds out. Yes, we're back in the studio. The handsome one is in the control
Yeah.
room. It's good to see everyone. It's good to be back here, hopefully for good, right?
Yeah. Let's get back to normal.
Yeah.
Everything the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, right. Yeah, look, COVID just has taken over for the last 2 years. I'm deciding it's just a flu now. And nobody's been more vaccinated than me, so
Yeah.
this is it. You know, you get
I'm
it.
getting my fourth in the
Yeah,
field.
it's like a flu, right?
Yeah.
And you go on the flu. But all right, we go to it's all about sports, and it's all about the Red Sox. Did you watch that game today?
I watched the finish of the game. I watched the nail-biting 7th, 8th, and 9th innings.
Up 7-1, Joe. Up 9-2.
Yeah.
They tried so hard, so very hard to blow it. But they take 2 out of 3 in Detroit. If you told me the first 6 games away, you play the Yankees, you play Detroit, I say, okay, you probably lose 2 out of 3 to the Yankees. You win 2 out of 3 to Detroit.
And
you
that's
come
what
home
happened.
3-3, right?
That's what happened. Detroit's supposed to have a good team this year, though.
I think
their pitching didn't look good. Other than
Erod-
that Montgomery guy.
Erod looks. We talked about this
Yeah.
morning, but Erod looks very happy to have been paid. He's not.
Yeah.
He didn't strain himself at all today.
Didn't look like he just missed any meals. He's eating very well on that new contract.
No. He likes Michigan.
Yes.
It's cheaper than Boston. Maybe I don't feel so bad getting rid of him.
Yeah. Oh no. I think it's to his detriment. Yeah, like I was telling you earlier, Cora's the only one who's been able to get great production out
Yeah.
of him in his whole career. The Orioles couldn't deal with him mentally. They had to get rid of him. He was a nutcase here coming up.
Yeah.
But he had that great stuff. And Cora's the only one who's been able to get him to have good seasons, productive seasons.
Yeah, I think Heimblum probably made the right decision, though it doesn't feel like it at times. But yeah, you pay a guy like that, and we've seen that many
Yeah.
times before. Christian Vasquez, I
Yeah.
mean, he got paid, and look at Christian Vasquez. If he's not 40 pounds overweight, he's not an ounce.
Yeah, he looks every bit the catcher now.
Oh yeah, look, the team, Heimblum, and you know Heim, I trust, but the right field situation was all his making.
Or unmaking. He seems to be floundering around. Now they have nothing out there.
Yeah.
Renfroe was a butcher in the field, but he had a great arm. How many guys did he throw out last year?
I think he led the league in assists and errors, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Renfroe was 30-plus home runs.
31 home runs, I think 96.
100 RBIs, and hit 260. That's hard to replace. You got to get another right-handed bat like that. And they didn't get anything. They got JBJ, a left-handed bat, who hits 160 on a good,
They're paying more than they would have paid, double what they would have paid Renfroe.
Yep.
Renfroe and arbitration would have made around 7.
Yeah.
I think they're paying JBJ 12.
Yeah.
Terrible move. And you made a great move by getting Renfroe last season.
And the two prospects, one is the best one is considered the 22nd best prospect in the Red Sox organization.
Yeah, exactly.
Not in baseball.
Yeah.
He's 22 in line in the Red Sox.
His ceiling is Hunter Renfroe.
Yeah.
The guy you already had. And David Hamilton, I know he actually had a couple of good games to start the season. He's a utility guy.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, we all thought it was going to be Suzuki. Suzuki was a lead pipe cinch. Daisuke was going to deliver him to us. It was no problem. It was us and the Yankees. And we were going to win.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, he's a Chicago Cub.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, oh, who cares?
Yeah.
I've got Christian Arroyo.
Oh, my God, who cost us at least one game in Yankee Stadium and almost cost us a game yesterday in Detroit. I don't understand. It's like he had a plan, and you thought Suzuki was a part of it. Clearly he wasn't. What was the plan, Joe?
Well, if Suzuki was plan B, let's give him the benefit of the doubt here.
Plan A.
Yeah, plan A. You know, no backup plan? You just say, well, what the heck? We'll use this JBJ guy. The guy that had historically the worst offensive year in the history of baseball last year. The worst.
I know he's not.
No one else was worse. In the tens of thousands of baseball players that have come through, no one has been worse than JBJ.
He's not a professional hitter anymore.
No, and he's a guesser. He always was a guesser.
Yeah, right. And he does hit well when he goes to the opposite field, but he can't control himself.
No.
He wants to pull it.
Oh, he wants that long swing that starts way back here.
Oh, my God.
And they just throw that high cheese at him, and he's strike three.
And he had an up at bat, I don't know if you saw in the ninth against a lefty. Oh, not
With
a
a man
chance.
on third and one out.
Yeah.
All you got to do is put the ball in play to the right side, right?
Yeah.
Just put the ball in play. No, can't do it.
No chance.
Yeah.
And the great thing about JBJ, he's not a great base runner, thanks, and he can't bunt. If ever a guy should learn how to bunt in the major leagues, it's JBJ.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know how to bunt it either. Yeah. You
Great
can't.
glove, great arm. I'll give him those 2 points.
Look,
But the other three, he can't do.
Look, rumors are that they may try to sign this Conforto, who played for the Mets.
Yeah.
However, I don't know when it stops, but they were hesitant, I thought, because they didn't want to give up a draft pick, because he would come under the compensation rule. So we'll see.
Well, that's why Suzuki just screamed.
When you have no organizational depth,
in
and you have no organizational depth
And
other
outfield.
than in outfield, basically single A guys that you're hoping, lottery tickets, as you call them. It made perfect sense to create a guy, a mainstay, that you signed a 5-6 year deal that you can plug into right field.
And what'd you say? He had 2 home runs?
2 home runs yesterday. I know he has at least 3 on the season already. And look, the excitement he's bringing to the Cubs.
Yeah.
A Cubs team that had sold a lot of their star players, and now all of a sudden people turn and go, okay, well, I have Suzuki.
Yeah. The Celtics went to watch the Cubs the other night. They didn't care. They haven't watched the Red Sox yet.
Oh, yeah. They'll get there.
Because the Cubs have an exciting team.
Yeah, and right, when you have an exciting player, right, especially we know what Daisuke did bring to the table and the excitement that was.
Oh, publicity up the yin-yang, right?
And then, of course, nobody was Koji. Nobody was like Koji.
Oh,
My God.
And here he is.
Hey!
The cigar is finished.
JP's first son, Tim
Look
Hoey.
at dressed to the nines, too.
Would you park in the middle of the street?
Yeah. I know a few cops, though.
Is the car still running? It's not a show. It's not a studio show without Timmy coming in.
We're back.
I know. The guy who wants to be in the studio more than ever. All right, talking about the Red Sox. Look,
97 wins. Here we come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 down, 94 to go.
Okay, so I predicted 97 wins. I guess because Russ is here.
I was much more conservative at 88.
88, and
I
would
think
you?
I was 84.
Oh wow.
Maybe 87. I have it written down somewhere.
I know. Yeah,
We have
right.
a long way to go.
That was last week's show. We did that. Yeah. So 97's gonna happen. I don't know how. It's sure not gonna happen with.
Jackie Bradley's going to get hot.
It's
He
not
had 2 doubles today.
I know.
That's
we had 2 doubles.
His first hits
Two?
of the year, I believe.
first 2 hits of the year.
That's
Yes.
good. Game 8.
2 for 5.
First hits, you know what I mean?
Oh my God, it's so terrible. It's
3
like
RBIs.
here it is. They finally get rid of the DH, the pitching rule, and have DH universal DH, and we have a guy playing right field who hits like a pitcher.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, he can only go up, Scotty. He hit the low last year, the all-time low
That
of
was-
all time in history of Major League Baseball.
That's what Joe was just
So there's
saying.
only he can go up, right?
No, he can set more historical records.
Yeah,
He's a man who can set history.
Nobody was unhappy that. I mean, there was some pink hats that were unhappy,
Yeah.
but nobody was unhappy when we didn't re-sign JBJ.
We thought it was
Yeah.
the most ridiculous contract we've ever seen
Yeah.
Yeah.
in baseball. That some knuckleheads
What
thought he was worth all that money.
What-
We were
yeah.
like, oh, thanks for helping us
The
with the World
National
Series.
League has gone crazy.
Because that's what Milwaukee does.
Yeah.
Because that's where that's Milwaukee.
Well, the Brock Star went there too.
Yeah,
Remember
everyone goes there.
Ex-Red Sox always get a free ride there.
Yeah, they get a couple $1 million, leave.
And then we take that contract back.
I cannot
Thank you very much.
believe it. These prospects better be stars. I mean, we're giving up a year. How long does he last, Timmy?
What is Hines' plan? That's what I want to know.
How long does JBJ last?
Oh, I
Because-
don't give him a third of the season.
And this is the kind of thing they're going to.
They're going to have to get somebody else out there. I mean, there's just a gaping hole in the lineup. You know, we watched that playoff series last year.
Well, they
there
have
really wasn't a
platoon
hole in
them.
that lineup last year.
No.
You know, I mean, it was like, okay, you got them, now you got these guys to go. Well, that's not the case.
Well, they've taken out a big lefty bat, Schwarber, and a big righty bat, Renfro. That's two big bats
Yeah.
they took out.
Replaced by
Well, I mean,
No
Story-
bat by
no,
JBJ.
Story, they replaced the one.
Story's a good bat.
Yeah. Right. I mean, Story's.
But
he's a better player
JBJ,
than
I
Renfroe.
mean, it's like having a pitcher in the lineup. Exactly what you
It
said,
really
Scott.
is. I mean,
Yeah.
and then you diffuse him in the field by putting him in right field. He's the center fielder. That's his
And,
superpower.
you know, it's not just that one spot. It's setting up. It's the batters before him, too. That okay, we can pitch around this guy because he's coming.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. Right. I
So,
mean, yeah, it's a pitcher.
You go
it's
two.
a pitcher.
So you take him and you go the two before him. Depending on the situation,
Hey, you
on
want
how
the
they
guy
can
to get
pitch
to
to
him.
them because they know he's coming up. It's a pitcher.
Dahlback, Vasquez, and Bradley. They're going to be responsible for 3 innings a game.
Dahlbeck's your guy, though, right?
No. Dahlbeck's not my
He's
guy.
a
He
great
was
man.
your guy. He was your guy.
No, Dahlbeck's never been my guy. No.
He's a great 4A player.
Just in case you want him to be. If you say it enough, it'll make it true.
That's how it works on the
Works for
grandstanders.
Donald Trump.
Yeah. Just in case this is my guy. So when he comes up, if he shits the bed, then all right.
Is that the plan? Minor leaguers coming up.
That's all he thinks about, right?
Well,
when I wake up in the morning, I think about breakfast. That's just me. That's who I am. When Chaim Bloom wakes up in the morning, he thinks about that minor league system.
remember last year it was like an assembly line. They kept bringing up 1 and 2 every other week.
I mean, it's the price
All
of
the-
gassing up John Henry's yacht. Has it affected him that much? I mean, that we have to go. And, I mean, where are we salary-wise right now?
No, are they over the luxury tax? They're very close.
They're very close.
I mean, does he have marching orders? Hey, I want to see a healthy bottom line here now.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Well, that's the general manager's job. Make money.
Oh, did you hear what they did today? They're going to put advertisements on the on-deck circle.
How about
you believe
the thing
that?
that Russell sent over today that only credit cards?
No, I sent that over, yeah.
You sent that. Are we talking in the stands too? Popcorn and
Yeah.
hot dogs
yeah, I
and
think
Coke?
so. No, yeah.
So those vendors now, you're going to have to pass your phone down?
Well, last year, remember, when you went to the concession stands, most of the concession stands were cards only.
Well, the concessions are one thing. It's the
Oh, is that right?
It's the,
yeah,
it's the
They-
guy.
I got all the way the first time. I got all the way to the front of the line. They give me a hot dog and a Coke, and this is cards only, no cash.
Oh, really?
So I had to get my wallet out.
I can kind of get that, but I don't know how that's going to work in the stands
I don't
with
know.
guys selling lemonades and
I don't-
and everything else. I mean, do you pass your phone down 10 people to pay for
That's
it?
going
I
to
mean,
take forever, too.
your
and
credit card.
and the drunk girl drops your phone and smashes the thing.
And how's it going to work with tipping the guy?
Oh, my God. That's going to take forever.
I don't know how it's going to work.
I wonder if they're going
I
to.
don't think you'll have vendors in the stand.
I was just
now.
going to say, I don't think you're going to have vendors in the stands anymore.
Well, they're leaving a lot of money on the table.
Oh,
if they
my
do
God,
that.
absolutely.
I mean, because I'm not getting up 5 times a game, and I'll probably
You know
make.
what they'll do?
Oh,
They'll
wait.
just
Wait,
say,
maybe
maybe
I
I-
just,
But maybe I'll make
You'll be there.
I'm probably going out once a game to get a sausage or something, right? Maybe twice. But I
just get 2 sausages.
I usually get a couple of lemonades and a peanuts while I'm sitting there.
Yeah, we always get our lemonade.
Yeah, while we're sitting there. And, am I going to take that effort to go down and get it now? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. This is crazy.
Well, we do have good seats for the concessions. Just sneak right
Yeah,
down.
yeah, we do. Yeah, right, absolutely. And also to the right
But
of us.
the
a
old
lot.
Section 8 seats weren't.
Oh, they were bad for concessions. Very bad.
They were
Well,
bad
that's what I was thinking about. We were about 10 deep in that aisle,
They were bad
right?
seats.
Those were
Yeah, no, because they were bad seats.
and we would have had to hand that credit card down 10 people.
Oh my God!
And then how much do you write in for the tip? I mean, is he sending the
the
pen
group
back
that
to
we
you?
were, they would have bought a boat. There would have been guys writing our number.
They call it Section 8 for a reason.
Oh, man.
Oh my God, it would have been pretty. Yeah, it's just weird stuff that the Red Sox are doing all of a sudden, but they're throwing it at you right before the season starts. It's a money grab.
Opening day's Friday, right?
Yeah, it's a money grab.
Tim's got those tickets.
Yep, he's taking.
Guest of honor.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's not the same, though, having a night game with the
It's a-
Twins.
It's 2 o'clock here.
It's not a night.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, no,
I
they
believe
moved
it's
it.
2:10.
Yeah, 2 o'clock.
Oh, good.
We should know.
Because
that.
opening day
I'll
is
find
an
out.
opening day without it being a day game.
No, it's a
Oh,
big.
has to
I
be.
can't even imagine. It's a
a
Friday,
business
too.
Oh,
They better have a
everyone's
few
leaving
extra
work.
cops in Kenmore
Oh,
Square
my
Friday
God.
about 11 p.m. I'll tell you
Oh.
that. This will be like St. Patrick's Day
And it's a
times.
long weekend, too, because,
Oh, my
God.
because of the
Oh,
Easter
the
marathon.
marathon. Oh, jeez. Oh my
Forget it.
God.
It's a
'Cause
long
you guys
weekend.
gonna start drinking easily by 10.
People are going to start drinking at 10.
Yeah, and then that'll be it.
And every Yahoo in the world loves all. It's kind of like amateur day for drinking a little bit.
Opening day.
You know,
Now,
opening
Section
day.
30's not bad.
No, but I mean in general, it's like St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Like the 18, 17-year-old kids like to, if they get their hands on some tickets, you know how that works. So they're going to be
They
well
usually-
lit.
The kids usually don't get opening day tickets.
No. It's a clean jewelry.
That's
lot.
Dad and
Well,
his
college
brother
is still in town.
A lot of people like to take pictures in open day. And
The
be gone by
college
the
kids are
second
still in
inning.
town, though, and it's going to be interesting.
No, it's gonna be fun. Opening day is always fun.
Because
Yeah,
you
but
got the festooned.
But a Tuesday's different than a Friday,
flags
beginning of
and
a long
everything.
weekend. This is
It's gonna be fun.
It's going to be a booze fest. That's all I know.
We'll have fun.
well, thank God you're in AA now.
Thank God. Thank God.
Brian Rooney's gonna be there, not our boys.
Not our guy,
No.
Steve. Yeah.
So I told him we're gonna be in our best behavior.
No fights. Steve's
Yeah,
my
but
backup. Steve's my muscle.
Well,
I know.
Eric's a motorcycle rider. He can,
Eric, yeah, we got our boy Eric. We got Jeff.
Jeff,
Oh my
family
God!
show.
Give me a hug.
Oh,
Give
we
me a
get-
hug.
We get more mileage out of that guy. All right, we go to the Celtics. Look, it's a bad matchup.
we
I'm
all would
sorry.
have chosen otherwise.
We wanted
but
Chicago.
This
Chica-
is the road they.
now there was a double route that they kind of messed up, right? We could have had Chicago and then Miami instead of
So
New Jersey and the Bucks, right?
The brackets are so freaking stupid. Why would you just reshuffle the deck?
You should reseed.
Why do they do that? That's stupid. Explain to me why they do that.
So now if we beat the Nets, then we most likely face Milwaukee, right?
Yeah, that's what we do, right?
And then if we beat Milwaukee, we'll have to face probably the Heat.
Look,
It's
the
a tough,
best,
tough road to hoe.
Tough road to hoe.
the whole idea of this, right, that we were going to face Miami, Milwaukee, or Philly. We knew we were going to have to face those teams. The idea was you don't want to face
At least one of them get eliminated.
Yeah, right. But also you wanted a layup in the first round, and you should have done what you had to do to get that Chicago Bulls.
Well,
Well, it was kind of tough because the way it was set up, it was them and Philly. If Philly won and they lost, then all of a sudden they'd be playing Toronto.
Yeah, I know.
And, and you can't, while both games were being played at exactly the same time, it would have been hard. You'd have to sit there and hope Philly was losing.
But would you
and
rather
then you'd
play
win.
Toronto than the Nets, or no?
I don't know. They're a two-man team. They're a two-man.
They don't have a lot
team.
of depth. They traded away a lot of depth. It's not just the trade before the Harden trade, the first one.
Yeah,
They
got rid of
traded away
Allen.
Jared Allen.
Yeah, he was tough enough.
And who else? Another Karis LeVert.
yeah.
They traded away.
Also,
some-
Dinwiddie, right?
No, Dinwiddie was a free agent. Why they let him go? They're
Yeah,
crazy.
because he's the one who
But
beat
he
us
got
for the Dallas.
He
right?
got like $23 million. And they already had the 3 maxis.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
all they
Durant
could
and Irving
do.
can't play the whole game.
No. I mean,
Well, Kyrie's fresh. How many games did he play this
I
year?
know, but still, but he's not drinking water during the day, though, right?
no. Wait, what's that all about?
Ramadan.
Oh, and how? And
I
Brown's
don't know
not
how
doing
long that
either?
lasts. I don't know how long that lasts.
Oh, I mean, you eat when
You can't eat
sundown.
from sundown to sunset, right? Or drink water.
Yeah, but
anything.
why has this just been brought up right now? I mean, it's been Ramadan every year. I've
I
never
don't
heard
think
that.
most players really stick to the
observant.
rules. I guess Kyrie sticks to the rules.
Of course he does.
Because he's Kyrie.
And it's going to be even
Kyrie's-
sweeter when he goes
Kyrie
down.
will
It's going to be
invent
even,
rules to stick to
It's going to
if
be
he
even
has to.
sweeter when he goes down. I like the analogy of last night's game. Durant and Irving played about as good as they can possibly play, and they barely snuck by a very, very mediocre Cleveland team.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they were in control of that from the tip
Well,
off.
they say they ran out of
But I don't
gas
know.
or
It
whatever,
doesn't.
you know.
What does it matter? Look, it's a tough matchup for the Celtics. They're going to
Yeah.
be very competitive
Tougher
games.
than you'd
and
So
So
they're
smart on Kyrie.
Great question.
I don't think so. You'll see him on him a lot, but there'll be times where I think it'll be Jalen or White. They're going to mix it up on those guys. They're going to be switching all the
Smart
time.
can wear a
too.
guy down though. He's like a freaking linebacker up your
But
butt
you
the
like
whole game.
Smart to have a little flexibility.
Yeah,
So
right.
he
This is
can
great. Yeah.
double down on Durant. He can sit there and guide his guy, and as soon as Durant turns his back, sneak
I
over
would
there
feel
and
better if
grab
Time Lord was hanging around.
Oh,
though.
for sure.
Oh yeah, he got him backing them up. They can take chances,
Yeah.
more chances
Yeah.
with him back there.
Look, it's going to be a thing where they'll force him back if all of a sudden they're down 2-1 in the series or something. They'll try to get him in there.
So they'll probably go right at Drummond, right? Try to get him in foul trouble
Got
away.
to, because then they have no depth. If they can clear Drummond out of there,
Get
they've
3
got
fouls
no
on Drummond in the
presence.
first half.
They've got no presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'd
they have.
say
We
get
have to see them
4
drive
on-
into the hoop.
Get 4 on Drummond right off the bat.
Drive
and
to the
clean
hoop.
him out in the
First
third
half.
quarter.
Drive.
Yeah.
Force
And
him to
look,
make
referees
contact.
got to stop calling fouls on Tice. What the hell? Seriously. How many years?
Tyson's on the bench. He'll get called for a
How many years does he have to be in the league?
I know.
But it's unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It happens every game.
And what was it? Last game of the season. It was obvious Marcus Smart commits the foul, and they call it on Tice, and Smart's laughing about it.
It really is unbelievable. But the referee's got to know that by now, right?
Yeah.
So that's up to our coach then to,
Well,
to get on the
they
refs
are
then.
treating him better than he used to.
Yeah.
He used to be the most called in the NBA. He's not that anymore.
So that's on our coach is to be up the refs' butts and.
But
and
Udoka's not
keep-
that
keep
kind of-
them-
he's not
But
that
he's
kind
got to
of-
keep them honest. They got to do something to keep those refs honest.
But
And
he's not that kind of coach. He doesn't seem to. Does he seem to work the
Well,
referees at all?
no, yeah, he does,
I haven't
but
noticed.
but he's a little quieter about it, and he does it between periods and timeouts.
Yeah.
You'll see him go over and talk to one. He doesn't go over when they're in a huddle.
Yeah.
When there's all 3 of them are talking to each other. You never see him approach them now.
Brad Stevens was bad his whole career working the refs.
He didn't.
He didn't.
he was
Like I said,
timid.
he was bad.
He was
terrible.
kind of timid. He's an X's and O's guy. He's
Yeah.
really not
Yeah.
a
Doc
demonstrative
Rivers
guy.
was great in that.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you
Well,
could,
and Doc's and he would start between games.
Yeah.
He'd be complaining. He'd complain in the after the post game
Right.
press conference.
Oh, my God, yeah.
He'd be complaining in the pregame press conference, trying to sway them before
That's
the game
kind of
even
that
started.
might be an ex-player thing too. He had some street cred,
oh yeah.
you know.
Phil
Announcer,
Jackson.
too.
Yeah.
Phil Jackson was the master of it.
Yeah.
In the press conferences to try to sway the refs before the game even started.
So,
They've already called 5 fouls on my guy.
oh, yeah, I know.
It's like going to a boxing match and the guy thumbs you a lot.
Yeah.
You tell the ref before, hey,
Yeah.
this guy's thumbing me. You keep an eye on it.
So, what are we going to get? The good Marcus Smart or the bad Marcus
I
Smart?
believe he's going to stay the course and be the good Marcus.
Because that I think that's the most important.
As long as D. White and Jalen are there, he'll stay the good Marcus. especially D. White's been a very good
Oh, I
influence on
love
him.
D. Wade. Oh my God.
He's been a very good influence on Marcus. Marcus has stayed steady. He goes to the meetings every night, doesn't he? Now,
If they win a championship this year, that trade for D. White will go down as the best in-season trade
it looked like
in
an
the
overpay.
history of Celtics.
Looked like an overpay, but that was Ime's guy. Ime coached him at San Antonio.
Overpay
He knew what he was
now.
getting.
And he
He knew what
said,
he was getting.
"Bring me this guy. This is the guy
Now
I
we're
need."
20. San Antonio's going to get the 25th pick in the draft. Those things are for sale.
I know. No.
You can get them for like $2,000.
Yeah.
You spend it on like a 7'2" guy from Europe.
I know,
You
from
know what
Serbia.
I mean? Yeah,
Just
Serbia.
hoping some Lithuanian.
Yeah, I know. And actually, the Celtics have a few of those guys
Yes.
that they've
Stashed
they're
over
hiding.
there, and they're still no good.
Yeah, the Madיר kid, the point guard.
Yeah, the
from
Israeli
Israel.
kid.
Yeah, he's been there for a
Every
couple
so often a
years.
gem
French-
pops up out of there.
And the,
you
well,
know?
Yeah.
the French kid, to be fair, is only 16.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, check his IDs, probably like
You know.
10. Yeah, Yeah, that one they have promise for too.
Yeah.
So they already have those draft and stash. That's
Yeah.
what they call them, right? Draft
Yeah.
but yeah, so that's a fantastic deal. Already.
Oh,
And-
yeah. I like Josh Richardson too. He's a class act, but White fit like a glove from the very first
Yeah.
game he got here.
Yeah, D. White's a better player for this team.
Oh yeah, he's
Do
the
you
right.
think Smart
man
was
for the right
partying
team.
a lot?
No, I don't think so. I just think White gets him to play more of the team game.
Okay.
Yeah, because they
There's-
respect him.
Yes, and all of a sudden, there's more team players on in Marcus.
So they're
Lutz
sitting at a
Russ's
timeout, and Marcus will listen to White whispering
Yeah.
in his ear.
But no, more importantly, Timmy, Tatum and Brown will listen to D. White.
Yeah.
Those two needed a guy like him.
Oh.
Yeah,
It all came together when he, all these Tatum changed his game, Brown changed his game, Marcus changed his game.
And you think
Rob
it has to do
Williams
with
did.
White?
But it
Oh,
all,
no
it
question.
all happened the game, the day that he
you
walked in
could
the
see
door.
it. It was tangible. You could literally
This
see
guy
it.
must
And
be
he's
quite,
their
quite a
sixth man.
person.
And this,
Yeah.
no, it's just a matter of, he like Scotty said, the right man at the right time in the right
I
place.
always say it. Certain guys have leadership
Yeah.
skills that are just born. They're born with.
Well, he's
And
got a
he must be
hairline of
one
a
those guys.
90-year-old.
Well, I can understand.
Yeah, but you're 60.
I'm selling ad space here. Where this is open, you can buy this forehead.
24, 25.
I know.
And that they have him locked up for 2 extra years too.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
What
At a
how much
reasonable
does he-
price. What
what's
did
his
you get paid?
contract?
Like $8-9 million?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's like
short money.
freaking bargain baseball.
Oh
in the
my
NBA.
God! Really, Brad Stevens has done a fantastic job.
Well, what I like is Ime said, "I'd like you to get this guy for me."
Yeah.
And Brad went out and got him. Paid a lot for it, but he went out and got him. If Brad had told Danny, "Can you get me this guy?" Danny would have said, "Screw you."
Well,
Cost
Danny
too
wouldn't
much
have
money."
given anything. He would have thought he had to come, another heist.
Well, it's pretty clear the relationship between Brad Stevens and Danny was fractured,
Yeah.
being that
Well, he
every
wouldn't give him
move that Danny made, Brad Stevens tried to reverse it.
Yeah. Well, as soon as he got in charge,
Exactly.
Tice is back.
So that was part of. You could see that Brad Stevens, at the very least, the final year
Well, I never
last
got
year, was
Ti-
disenchanted.
I
Yeah.
never got back. I never got the Tice leaving thing.
Well, that was a financial.
Yeah, that got, by doing that, they got under the luxury
cap.
tax.
Because I like Tice a lot.
They were giving up the season. They just got, Wick said, please, 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 I want to save $10.
What did he get? 7 million, 5 million, and they needed to get 6 million off, and so get rid of Tice.
So he could save pennies, yeah.
He's got a good game though.
Look, Wick got a lot of good publicity in this town. And he has a nice personality. He tries to act like he's one of us.
Like a
He had
spender,
joke.
no.
Sure, his daddy.
He's
his
trying to buy
daddy-
the soccer team now.
Oh,
Right?
is that right?
Chelsea or something like that.
So no, that's Steve Pagaluka.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's not
the
Wick.
guy that
No,
ran
no.
for
Oh.
governor.
yeah,
okay.
yeah, for 2 minutes.
You got to have a B in front of your bank account to do that. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So,
Well, Bain Capital.
No, bank capital. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that means billions. Yeah.
but yes, but as an owner, we criticize John Henry all the time.
Yeah.
And he's won 4 championships. Wick's won 1. A long, long time ago, 14 years. Look, I think the Heat's got to be on Wick. Look, in this town, nobody's going to criticize the Jacobs because we've run out of criticisms. I mean, they've been around for so freaking long.
The Jacobs will give you a championship once every 50 years.
Yeah, but they've been around for so long.
And you'll like it.
Right? I mean, the Jacobs are the Jacobs. I mean,
well, he did change his tune a little bit. You know what? I thought Jacobs changed his tune when they got Chara. That was when he finally opened the wallet.
Yeah.
Before, pre-Chara, it was absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
This was
getting
just
rid of Thornton.
This was his personal piggy bank, the Boston Bruins.
Yeah.
And he just came and took the money,
And owned the guard.
And went back
finally
to
opened it up.
Buffalo.
And I mean, they spend the money now.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I can't believe, though? Torrey Krug makes $4 million a year and they let him go.
He looked good last night.
He looked very good.
Yeah.
You know, if we had to get rid of one of our 5'7" defensemen,
like
I
Grizzly,
think he was the
who's
wrong
always
one to get rid
injured.
of.
Yeah, well, you always spoke highly of him, especially in the
Well,
He
I
was a
think,
great
I don't know if
quarterback
there's
on
a
the
better
power
guy in the league for taking the puck up on the power play and gaining the zone.
Yeah.
You know, the way they try to kill a penalty is they kind of put a picket line up on the blue line, the other team, and you have to get the puck in the zone. And once you gain the zone, then you set up your power play. Krug was an expert at that. They thought Grizzly could step into that role,
And he hasn't.
been able to.
Yeah.
Just because Grizzly is small. And Krug not only got the puck into the zone, he was a great quarterback of the power play while he was in there.
And he had
Anytime he had to rewind, send it back to Krug, we'll start over.
And he had a
start the
bomb
play
for a
again.
shot on top of it.
Well, maybe I don't know if I have the timeline right, but wasn't it signing Coyle instead of Krug? Re-signing
No,
Coyle?
they had the money. They could have. $4 million.
There's
Come
always
on,
a
man.
way.
You can find a way. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, he was looking good with the Bruins right now.
Yeah.
You know,
And, you
but
know,
this kid Hampus.
yeah, but he's hurt now. 3 of the top D are hurt.
Carlo's hurt.
Carlo got hurt last night.
Pasternak's hurt. I mean, they're really hurt.
When the playoffs start?
If Pasternak's hurt, then
About
I'm
10
sure.
more games.
I'm sure he doesn't mind hanging at home with that lovely wife of his while he's on
Oh,
the
all
injured
right,
list.
but that'll be the after-hours
But
show. But, you know, the season's too freaking long. What are they playing another 10 more games
they're playing
for?
Ottawa
These
next.
guys
That's an
must
easy
be
one.
so beat. I'm telling you, by the end of a college or even a high school hockey season, your elbows hurt, your knees hurt, your ankles. You've taken about 30 pucks off the feet during the season.
Yeah,
I
defensemen.
don't
man.
know how these guys do it.
The
I just
season's too
don't.
long.
It's too long.
What are they? All right, so we're going into the playoffs with the NBA. We're actually in the playoffs.
We'll be
right
going
now.
until June. We'll be going until June.
And they're,
Remember, skates will
they're
level
playing
up
another
too.
10.
Oh, man,
Is
they'd
there
hurt.
anyone in the planet who wants 10 more NHL regular season games for each team?
No.
No, but that's how the teams make their money, and that's what that's what professional sports is. For these owners to make money. That's all they exist
So
for.
then-
Not for us. Not for us.
No, but so they're not going to rush these guys back. I mean, this is actually a good
No.
thing if they do sit out.
Let them sit. You know,
As
I don't know.
long as they make the playoffs, they're right on the cusp.
No. They got no. They're not.
Are they?
got
I would
plenty-
trust
no,
Joe's
the Wild-
Joe's knowledge.
They have a
So.
wild card.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, but they got
We
plenty
are?
of room.
How close are we
Plenty
to
of room,
not?
Joe.
I haven't really looked.
No, they got plenty of room.
They've got room, but you know, it can evaporate surely. Now they have Ottawa next, but then they got some tough games. I know they got Pittsburgh, and then the Blues again, and I think the next one maybe Florida. They got some tough games after Ottawa. They get rid of this, and Ottawa gives them trouble.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, geez, I wouldn't even want to talk to the Bruins right now, but
Well, we segued into it. We may as well give them.
I thought they were comfortable.
you
more
love the
comfortable
Hampus
than that.
acquisition.
No,
Oh,
they
yeah.
had moved up into third place in the
Yeah,
conference.
right, when they beat Tampa at that time, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then they've lost 2 in a row.
You know, it's come back and
Amazing, 2 losses and it can.
forth. Who would you rather have, Hampus or Krug?
Oh, I'd rather have Hampus. I mean, well, you know, I'd like to have both of them and minus a couple other guys.
Right,
Is
right.
what I'd like. You know,
Instead of-
But you
instead
like
of-
Hampus
instead of
better.
I
Grizz.
like Hampus.
Instead of
We needed some. You saw the Blues did to us in the playoffs that year. We just got beat up. You can have a couple of little guys back, maybe one, but you gotta have a couple of tough guys. You saw that they went out and got Brown just to go out and fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's here to throw the gloves down.
Yeah.
You have.
When
I don't
Frederick
care
was
what
hurt,
you
they
say,
didn't have
man.
anyone.
You gotta have somebody when someone starts lining up the Bergerons and the. I mean, you know, Marchand will give it back, but he's only 5'6".
Yeah.
You got to have a guy that's going to throw a little fear into somebody. I mean, or
Yeah.
else people will be running you. In the playoffs, too, it doesn't matter. I'll run you all day. You know what I mean? There has to be some That's just the way hockey
The
is. I'm
Blues were
sorry.
just methodical about how they were picking off, and the Islanders last year did the
Yeah.
same thing. Methodically picking off the D-men one by one. They just concentrate on one until they take
You
him
finish
out.
every check. You finish every
And then
check.
and when he was decimated and gone, they'd move on.
No,
It's like
you're right.
body blows in a boxing match.
Yep.
You know, you just
Yeah,
you
hit
know
him in the
when
kidneys.
that puck gets dumped into the zone, the D-man goes back and he makes that first pass, and he hasn't touched the puck in 2 seconds, and he still gets hit. That wears on you. It wears on you.
Yeah.
Where you know, like Lucic used to be famous for it. He'd come in
Yeah.
on the forecheck, and that guy knew, I'm getting it. You know, I was a defenseman, and I used to
Yeah.
have to go back and get that puck, and you hated those guys that no matter what you did, you're getting it. It makes
Yeah.
you make your decisions a little quicker, and sometimes they're not always the correct decision either.
Exactly.
And Jake DeBrusk, all of a sudden, you know, he's
Good
showing
for
a
Jake.
pulse, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
good
he's
for Jake.
Well, they
playing
mixed
really
that
well.
lineup. That was a great move, mixing those lines up, you know.
And DeBrusk is a tough guy too, right?
No, he's not
Nah.
really a tough guy.
You don't think he's tough?
No, DeBrusker's
Soft,
not a tough
soft.
guy.
You think
no.
soft?
Yeah, I don't know if he's not a guy you send out there to send a message to anybody. That's for sure. He's there for his skating ability.
Yeah,
That's
he's
what he's
fast.
there for. And
Right,
his
he's
touch
got
around the
speed.
net, you know.
But didn't he kind of come in the league with a? That he's going to be a little
He
tough?
was there for his skating. His skating and his
You
skating
must be
is
thinking of
incredible.
someone else.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well,
He's there for
he's
his
played
skating.
well.
The Bruins had no tough guys until they just went out and got this Brown kid.
No, I know they have.
Really? Well, I mean that the
Well,
other
Charlie
kid.
Coyle's
Trent-
supposed
Trent
to be tough.
Frederick.
Charlie's not a fighter. He's a
Trent-
big dude. I wouldn't want to fight Charlie Coyle, but he's not. He's kind of like a Hayes kid who was 6'5", but
he's
really
always
wouldn't fight,
Yeah, right.
You know,
But Trent Frederick has always been willing to
Frederick
drop the
has
gloves.
been willing. He'll probably lose, you know. But
he's
you
not
send him
always
against the
playing.
tough guys.
Yeah.
You need a guy that goes against that can stand up. Frederick's like fodder for like the real fighters in the league. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah, they could-
He's,
crap
he's,
out
ta-
of it.
he's held his own.
He's
against
willing.
Carl
He's a
Wilson.
willing participant, and
Yeah.
I'll give him credit for that. You
Yeah.
know.
Well, I still love Cassidy. You still love Cassidy?
Yeah, I like him. Yeah, he says it like last night afterwards. He says Charlie Coyle should have shot the puck a couple times and he didn't, and that cost us. When do you ever hear a coach say that?
No, they do in hockey. Some of the coaches. do.
Yeah, but I
Call
mean,
him out by
you don't hear it in
game.
Boston too much. I only listen to the Boston
No,
guys.
right.
You know?
Yeah.
You don't hear a baseball coach say that. You don't hear.
Oh,
They never lay their guys out. Cassidy, boy, he'll throw you right under the carpet.
Cora never does that. Of course, Belichick never does that. Adoka does it a little bit.
Yeah,
He
Adoka's
did
done it
early.
a little bit. Yeah.
Remember there's been a time he's like, well, we didn't show up at all in that second half.
Yeah.
we-
Cassidy
Well,
will
yeah,
name-
but he'll do
Cassidy
it
will
in a
name
group,
names.
group
Yeah.
context. He won't name names.
Yeah. Cassidy
He
name
won't
names.
say Tatum fell asleep on
Like
the
I was
bench.
driving
Yeah.
down the road when I heard that last night. I went, oh, he just threw Coyle right under the bus right there. Like it was nothing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well, that's the way it works.
Yeah.
But he's got cachet now.
Yeah, and in the NHL,
Cassidy got fired right now. He would have, if he got fired at 8 a.m., he'd have a job by 8:30.
is there any other sport where they'll just like, you know, you're not dressing today, like you know, the Bruins, they won't trust you in a heartbeat.
You're on the 9th floor tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. they send messages to good
Yeah.
Yep,
players.
9th floor.
So who's above
Ninth
that?
floor.
Who's above that? Bergeron? About the
Bergeron,
only
yeah.
one. I can see them sitting Marchand.
But I think they have.
I think they have.
But they-
And I can see them sitting Pasta.
I think they have.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Early on in his career.
Yeah.
I think they did send
A couple of times. And they've played with his head a little, sent him down to the third line.
Yeah.
That, demoted him, not just one line, but two lines.
Yeah.
That sends a message too.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Again, it's too long of a freaking season.
Oh, yeah. We all look it's a whole different game, Stanley Cup hockey versus the regular season.
It's
a different
72
game.
degrees. You should not have 10 more games in hockey to play. Kick to the playoffs.
I'm going tomorrow night.
Yeah, like Joe said, because they depend so much of the income in hockey is the
Regular
games.
season.
Yeah.
But, and...
You know what's amazing? The contracts in hockey are just minuscule compared to the other sports.
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, Charlie.
But
Charlie
they give him
Charlie-
like 8-10 years.
What's
and
Charlie
stuff.
McAvoy? $8 million a year. I
And
mean,
he's a top defenseman.
He's a top defenseman. He's
Yeah.
got to be in the top 10 D in the.
He's
the
in the
league,
top
right?
10.
If he was in Major
Top
League
10.
Baseball, he'd be making $30 million.
Making 30. He like his level of talent. Comparatively in Major League Baseball, he'd have a 10 and 30 contract.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Yeah, he'd be like a shortstop.
In the NBA,
Seager,
in the
yeah.
NBA, he'd be
40 million. He'd be
Yeah.
max.
he'd be 30.
He'd be a max.
He'd be max.
He'd be a max.
35 million. And
It's
hockey,
it's all TV money, I guess, huh?
all of it.
Because the Bruins bang it out more than the Celtics, I'd say.
Yeah.
Well, ESPN is not paying them.
I know.
They're probably
But
on
I bet the
like
attendance
a
numbers-
consignment deal.
I think they're on ABC.
I think the
next
attendance
game.
numbers at the Bruins, I believe, beat the Celtics.
Oh, I would say
I'll
so.
just tell you this from an aftermarket standpoint in Boston, they are not even close.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
They
my
are
God,
not even. You can't give your Celtics tickets away in the aftermarket. You can go on StubHub and get $10 seats.
We've seen it. You've
Yeah,
showed me that.
yeah,
Yeah.
$10
But the
seats.
youth hockey
You-
dads are always
You won't
looking
see
for
a cheaper
2 seats.
Bruins ticket on the aftermarket than $90.
Yeah. And then see,
know.
and then tickets like yours, good
Yeah,
seats. They can
yeah.
sell.
I think mine were 400 the other night.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, we go to the Patriots. NFL is brilliant. Brilliant. They can get the headlines just on mock drafts.
They have as much presence on the sports page in the off season between free agency, the combine.
Yep.
The
draft.
The draft is like its own.
More people are
Culture.
talking about. More people talked about the draft this week than
They
talked
talk
about,
about the
major.
World Series.
Yeah.
They talked about
Guaranteed.
the
It's hope. I mean, the New York Jets have lived off the draft hype. They get more hype of the draft than they do their season
Well,
for
they
how
got
many
two
years?
guys in the top 10. Last time they had this, they drafted well. Remember, they got DeBrickashaw Ferguson and Nick Mangold, and they were all pros for 10 years each.
Yeah.
They have 2 picks in the first round.
Yeah, they have in the top 10.
The top 10. They do.
But no matter how bad you are
4
in the
and
NFL,
10.
the draft day, there's hope.
Oh,
There's
absolutely.
hope, you know.
Absolutely. We're worried
And
about.
they've got 2 second-round picks, too.
My favorite thing now, they do the mock drafts, right? And they select a player in each round for a team.
Yeah.
And then they give a grade.
It hasn't even happened.
It hasn't happened. They didn't do it.
They're giving
but we're
grades off
already-
mock drafts already?
they're
It doesn't
giving you a
exist.
grade. No, so they'll say, Tim Hoey, 3rd round linebacker to the Patriots. That was a D- pick. They didn't pick him.
And there are people making millions of dollars a year, and their only living is this draft crap.
Mel Kiper.
Mel Kiper is a multi-millionaire.
Todd
Great.
McShay.
Over-
Todd McShay. Mel Kiper.
There's
That's all they do.
a whole industry on the NFL draft.
This is like a teacher handing you got a 72 on the test. I didn't take the test yet.
Tim,
How did
it's the second biggest day in sports. There's the Super Bowl, and then there's draft day.
the
And,
first round.
we'll be watching. And we will be watching.
It's
Hey, I will
bigger
say
than
this.
the NBA championships. It's bigger than
This
the
kid,
Stanley
Aiden
Cup
Hutchinson, the
championships.
projected first-round
Yeah.
pick, is the spitting image of my son Ryan.
Is it- oh,
Except it's a bigger version of my son
Yeah,
Ryan.
he's-
This
he's-
guy's like 6'6", 250.
tough.
Oh, that
Ryan's like
Hutchinson?
5'11", 200, you know.
yeah.
What,
I can- now
Hutchinson,
we gotta
the
look
kid
at
from
it.
Yeah.
Michigan?
Huh?
The guy that's going to go
Yeah,
to what,
yeah. I
Aiden
mean, the
Hutchinson?
spitting
Yeah.
image of my son Ryan. It's
Oh,
unbelievable. They
well,
both have the
Ryan's-
beard,
Ryan's
everything.
a handsome
yeah.
young man. No,
Yeah.
absolutely. Look, the Patriots, we know, 21st pick, we're going to stay and watch the show.
Somebody we never heard of.
No, it'll be a
No
lineman.
trade down.
I don't know.
It'll be a lineman.
All I
whether
can tell you this,
defense
Joe,
or
it won't
offense.
be anyone that you could ever have imagined. Last
No,
year,
no,
Mac
this is
Jones.
second. Mac Jones, we guessed.
That was the first time ever.
No.
Remember he took Logan
it's the
Mankins?
second round. It's the second round.
Yeah, we
that
didn't,
he fools
nobody knew who he was.
in the second round, he'll take chances.
Oh, wait, so this...
People you never heard of.
Okay, so...
Duggar.
Wait,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was...
Duggar.
Wait, the year before, who did they take first? Was it Duggar at second?
Was second round.
Second
I don't
round
think
pick,
they had
Duggar.
it first, did they?
Which was a good pick.
Yeah, they didn't have it first. So it was Duggar 2 years ago,
But
right?
he was people knew about it, but he was from a small D2
What,
school, I
was
think,
it like
right?
Lenore Smith?
Yeah.
No, you never even heard of the school.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but so that was like, who knows?
It was a D2
Hopefully
school.
he's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, that was... But then they
It was
traded
like,
down.
who? You know, who? But
From where?
I know.
But look, when they got Mac Jones and then they got Barmore, you knew that was a good draft.
Yeah. Well,
You knew they had done well.
the Alabama guys got good pedigrees, right?
But probably the first time in a long time where he took who you suspected he might take.
Well, you hoped.
yeah, you hoped. But we were all hoping.
Well, no,
I swear to God, he says, I was going to take that guy until everybody said I was going to take him. Now I'm not going to take him.
No, I know.
Well,
know.
I think he was gonna. If he hadn't taken him, the fans would have. He knew he had to take back, because both the owner and the fans were overwhelmingly.
Well, we
in
couldn't
favor
live
of
another year of
taking
Cam
him.
But
Newton.
if Parsons had been around, he would have taken him. Micah Parsons.
Could.
Yeah, I think he
And,
Over
take,
Mac.
and taking
Over
like
Mac.
the kid that
the
Houston picked.
Yeah.
And,
picked up
and another year
later.
with Cam Newton behind center.
No, he
No,
got
no.
Davis Mills there. or
Yeah.
something. One of the other guys.
Yeah.
You know, in the second or third
How's that kid
round.
Mills working out, by the way?
They seem to like him. They're not. They traded away Deshaun Watson, right?
Yeah, well, that was a smart
I wouldn't have
move.
been that upset if we had got him.
Or they may have traded for try to get a Watson
Yeah.
or something.
How do you think that's all going to work out with him?
Badly.
Well, they say
He got totally
he's not
acquitted.
He's not going to
No,
go.
he didn't.
None of those
They ain't quitted
cases are going to
anything.
trial.
They haven't gone to trial.
No, everything got thrown out, right?
No, all the civil cases still.
No, all the
but he's
criminal
in-
cases got thrown out, so
Yeah.
it's all civil now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
all the criminal charges were dropped, Scott. Gone.
I know, but
Evaporated,
that's not
gone.
acquitted. That's just that
He
they
was,
haven't
well, he was, the grand jury or whatever, the DA decided not even to go
Yeah.
forward
Yeah,
with
it
charges.
wasn't a grand jury. The DA.
So I
there
think it was a
deal.
lot of hoopla, if you ask me. I'm just going to give my opinion. He liked going to massage parlors. And
He
then
liked happy endings.
Some attorney got a hold of this and just started advertising whoever gave this guy a massage. And they all
but
lined up for a
there's
payday.
weirdness to it.
I
come
know,
on,
but the
you know.
smoke is by.
But hey, they didn't.
Yeah,
they,
you have
they-
30 different masseuses. Come on, 30. Come on.
But the point is, Tim.
not one
Either
charge
not-
is put against him, though, Scotty.
Not
Not
one
one
of these
charge.
Not one of these trials is going to start.
They're not even having trials. Oh, you mean the civil trials?
Until after
Yeah,
the
but
season.
there wasn't one criminal charge brought against this guy. Let's
Yeah.
make that
let's
clear.
not
in
paint him out to
Houston
be
I'm not making him out to be a
I'm
saint,
not-
but not
I'm-
one criminal charge. If there
In
had been,
Houston
if,
District Court.
if there had been
Yeah,
one
yeah.
shred of evidence, Scotty, that he had harmed one person, they would have brought him
No,
to trial.
not in Texas. Come on, you serious?
Yeah,
Come on.
I'm
Oh, my-
serious. They couldn't find a single thing to charge him with.
Oh, trust me. You know the
Yeah.
payments that went on. I mean,
Well,
look,
I don't think that had anything to do with it.
Look, the guy. He's a degenerate. That's
I don't know.
not
He just,
normal
they
behavior.
decided to drop
it's
all
not
the
normal
charges.
behavior.
Well,
it's
you
not.
know, it's not just that these people. He has a reputation in college too of past offenses.
We're hurting women.
I don't know.
Well,
Look,
sexual,
he's not a good
harassment.
guy. He's not a good guy. You know,
He takes advantage of his position.
if you have
is
like
what he does.
30, 40 women who say he's not a good guy, he's probably not a good guy.
Scotty, they couldn't. But I don't know
Whether
if it was
they
a money
couldn't-
grab or what was going on. They
what-
couldn't find one thing to charge him with.
No, it was a matter of.
Look,
it was
I understand
the,
what
the
you're
burden
coming
of
from.
proof. It didn't rise. They didn't have enough for.
So out of 40
This is
women,
when
they
my-
couldn't find one thing to charge him with. That's
All
this-
of them accused. They had eyewitnesses and everything. It's just that he said, she said, and they didn't. Think.
I heard the other side.
If
of
you're
it
going to
was-
go to
was
bat
like-
for people, I think he's not the
no,
one.
I'm
you
not
need
going
to
to
go
bat, but I
for.
heard from somebody who kind of knew somebody, blah, 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 that when all this started, they said they're never going to get him for one single thing. Like this is all this attorney who's going around like soliciting people to bring charges against
Well,
this guy.
I know. I don't want
That's
to
what
talk
I
too
heard.
much about it.
remember, they went out, and Houston, the Texans, paid for the best attorney you
Yeah.
can get in the
Yeah.
South. Rusty, what's his name?
I don't
Oh,
want-
the guy
Rusty,
that,
the guy with
that got
Clemens'
Clemens
lawyer?
off.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
that
don't
his
want look,
lawyer?
but the bottom line is I don't want to talk about him too
Okay.
much. Is
Yeah.
that
A talented player. Though.
I don't want any part of that. We don't need any part of
Yeah,
that
I
in
agree.
town, and I'm
I
glad. And Mac Jones.
Wherever he landed, they're gonna have to do some fancy dancing to get. But we know the NFL. A couple of wins, everyone's gonna be just like Will Smith got a standing for winning the Oscar.
Yeah,
you know what
right,
I mean?
exactly.
A couple of wins in the NFL, boy, all sins are forgiven.
Ray Lewis. I mean, the guy, was
Yeah.
involved
Murderer.
in double murder. Yeah, and and they would put him on Madden.
NFL
NFL
safety.
fans love their wins.
Yeah, right.
How many Patriots have been caught with PEDs and everything? Yeah, but there are guys.
Sunday they win. Everything's forgotten.
Aaron Hernandez, if he hadn't got caught, would
There
have been
were,
still
there
been
were
playing
lots
for
of
the
people calling up the radio shows saying, well, until he gets convicted, can he still
Can he
play?
play with an ankle bracelet?
Yeah. Can he still
Can they
play?
just- it's only right down
know.
the street. Just bring
Yeah.
him down. You know what I
Can
mean?
he get work release?
Did he just play on Sundays? Mark Henderson did it, kinda.
Yeah.
I know. I heard that this week from somebody. He really was really good. Could he have just played on Sunday? He really was. I don't want to talk about it. I don't know. This show's really gotten Russ Stevens.
We need Russ back.
Yeah.
The voice of reason, come back.
Hernandez had skill sets that still have not seen in the
Oh
NFL.
man, he was good. He was good. That two-headed monster, him and Gronk, boy, they were fun to watch.
He was a running back the size of Derrick Henry
Yeah.
Yeah.
with
But
receiving
he wasn't
skills.
giant though. He wasn't as big as
He
Gronk,
was
but he
245.
he was
He was
big
exact
enough. He
Henry.
was
Yeah,
big
right.
enough, and he
Yeah.
had the speed.
Was he a good blocker?
No, he wasn't an inline blocker like Gronk.
He was like a
He was
perfect
the H-back.
H-back.
Right.
He was the prototypical H-back.
He could play fullback or split out. He's that kind of guy. He was the the pass catching tight end.
What a waste! But then they say his brain was so damaged when they
Yeah.
took it apart that God knows what was really going through that head. You know
So
what
I
mean?
think they're going to get, if he's available, obviously, Penning's the guy that
I
I've been saying
can
that for a
see
while.
I can see that if he's there, because that makes so much sense. Isaiah Wynn hasn't lit the place up at left tackle. Put Penning at left tackle. You can kick Wynn into guard, where
Yeah.
you now have a big opening with
Yeah.
Shaq Mason gone.
Wynn seems more like a guard.
Everyone said when he was drafted, they said, "Well,
He never-
he's
he
going to
never-
be a guard
He
in the
didn't tackle
pros."
his body.
I
yeah.
thought he was a guard in the college win.
He was.
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they kicked him out to tackle.
Yeah.
And they said he was going to play. He could play. He played both in college, but they said he's more likely a guard in the pros.
That's great.
And that would solve two problems right there. Plus, give you some youth at tackle because Trent Brown's going, and you could send
Well, no,
Widow.
Brown signed a 2-3 year deal.
yeah.
He's young.
Let's
He's
see.
28.
He's got to stay under 400 pounds.
Joe, I keep hearing this name Mitchie pop up from Alabama.
No,
Receiver.
he's a wide receiver.
Yeah,
He was going
receiver.
the second
Yeah.
round. Yeah.
Jameson.
Second round?
Yeah.
No,
So I'm
first
hearing.
round,
I'm
first
hearing.
round.
First round.
Yeah.
I'm hearing Dean a lot, the linebacker
Yeah.
from Utah.
Yep. He's big. I like him better than the linebacker from Georgia. that
Yeah.
was-
What was the? Wait.
He the-
Am I confusing? Is Dean the Georgia guy or no?
No, yeah, and Lloyd is the
Lloyd's
the
Utah.
Utah guy.
Yeah.
The Lloyd is more a Patriots prototype. He's 245 pounds, a big linebacker. He's the middle linebacker, the tackling machine.
Yeah,
that
that's
you,
what I've
you
asked.
want.
Well, yeah.
Who
you hope-
Dean, N'Kobe Dean is 220 pounds.
Yeah.
Now, the
it's more like a
Patriots have
Rosie
safeties.
Colvin, right?
Patriots have safeties.
But
that
Joe, we
size.
were lacking the speed last year. That was a
Yeah, but
glaring
Lloyd is
deficiency.
245 with speed. 220 with speed, too small. You can't play middle linebacker at 220. You got pulling guards at
No, you
320,
can't. No,
and you
some-
got centers at
No, Joe,
300
some of these
pounds
guys do that,
coming
though.
looking for you.
No, but they do that in the
That's
NFL.
their job to get the Mike linebacker. That center after he snaps the ball, he doesn't have a lineman to block. He's looking for the Mike. He's 300 pounds, and he's going to bury some poor 220.
So obviously they're looking to see he must be good in coverage.
Well, he's got speed,
Yeah.
and he's a willing tackler. In college, you can get away with that. He's a willing tackler,
So more.
sticks his
So we're looking
nose
for
in
more
there.
like a Lloyd guy.
Lloyd's got a little more beef
Some
on
of
him.
these running backs are 240, 250 now.
Yeah. So
But I'm concerned about the pulling guards at 320 and the centers at 300. They're seeking the linebacker. They're going for the linebacker.
Yeah.
They're not looking for linemen. They're looking for linebackers.
There's no way they draft a wide receiver in the first round since they got Devontae Parker.
Oh, I think it'll be defensive line or offensive line. He knows the game is won in the trenches, and you saw last year there was a number of teams that pushed around. Buffalo,
Yeah.
Tennessee.
But we pushed Buffalo around the first game. They pushed us around the second.
Yeah,
What's more important, the defensive line or the offensive line right now?
they're both.
I would say if we still had Skarnecki here, he seemed to make
Things work.
things. He could take
With
anything and make it smell like a flower by the end
Yeah.
of the season. Without Skarnecki, it seems like we have to upgrade our talent level. Skarnecki, but defensive line wins championships.
I know. I just like the offensive line because I think you get a good guy and you can pencil in.
And
them
the
for a
one
long
knock
time.
on that Trevor Penning that you love from Northern Iowa
Yeah.
is he's a little too aggressive. He's a penalty machine.
Yeah, well, you can get
Now,
that. out
if
of
you
him.
don't have a star quarterback, I mean a superstar quarterback, what have we seen won Super Bowls? Unstoppable defensive lines, right? The Giants twice against the Patriots. LA had a great
Broncos,
defensive line
Peyton-
last year. The Broncos with the
only
beat
won
up
because
Peyton Manning
Von Miller
because of
was
Von
going
Miller.
crazy.
Von
Oh,
Miller
no,
last year
absolutely.
for LA. I mean that
And
can
Aaron
be a
Donald,
neutralizing factor.
Yeah,
you
but it's
know?
just a matter of whether there is that guy available at 21.
Yeah. See, the
But you got a
trouble
guy
is
maybe who's injured, who might,
he won't.
you know,
he
might
won't
drop.
be draft. I really doubt he'll be drafting that edge rusher, because by the time you get to 21, you're down to like the 5th or 6th.
No.
But you're
yeah.
down
The
to
seventh
sometimes
best.
guys who might have had an injury.
He
and
likes to take the
might-
best guy in his position.
Who's that big guy? What's his name? Jordan Davis?
The defensive tackle.
Yeah.
He's probably gone, and Wyatt, his partner on the Georgia defensive line, is also considered. I think Wyatt looks good.
You
because
think
of
Georgia will
age.
have two defensive linemen go in the top 20?
In the first round? Yes.
So if Penny,
I bet you Georgia has 3 defenders go in the first round, maybe 4.
2 defensive linemen and
The linebacker,
the
D,
linebacker.
and maybe 2 linebackers.
well, I want Penning. I like the toughest guy. I want the
Yeah.
tough
Well,
guy.
he's a nasty guy.
Yeah.
And I know Belichick likes nasty guys.
I like
like
nasty. We all like nasty.
like Logan Mankin's nasty.
Yeah, well, Mankins was
Yeah.
good, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden you pencil him in
Yeah.
until they traded him, right?
Yep.
Because they didn't want to pay him, right?
Yeah. Well, you can't be paying guards tackle salary.
Yeah, well, you're gonna
Somebody paid him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then we
was it
probably went on to win more
Tampa
Super
Bay?
Bowls without
yeah,
him.
Tampa Bay, right?
Yeah, it was Tampa Bay.
Oh, yeah, that was another move.
And he was gone. He was gone after that.
Mac Jones looks great. You see the video? How slim he looks?
We playing beer pong.
Yeah, no.
Was he able to throw away his man's ear? His training bra?
He did. Oh my God, he had the worst body. One of the worst bodies I've ever seen.
When Tom Brady had that awful combine picture.
Yeah,
And he still gets yourself.
but it's great that he's practicing with the players and stuff, and the kids into it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was.
Even guys from other teams are playing with him.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they all like him. He's a big personality. You see him in the Pro Bowl with that dancing and
yeah.
all that stuff. He's very comfortable in the NFL, which means a lot, right?
I mean, Alabama kind of maybe gets you ready for that. You know?
Yeah.
You're on a big freaking stage.
Half the guys in the Pro Bowl are from.
Yeah,
you played
half
with
his,
it
half
at-
his
at
teammates
Alabama.
are. He
You
was
know
playing
the
on
guys.
a pro team basically
Yeah.
for 3 years there, right? I mean, he was the starter, but he was with those guys, you know.
All right, so we have a lot of wide receivers, and
And the other Pro Bowl quarterback was an Alabama guy. The guy from San Diego.
Why do I feel like we're going to get Odell Beckham, and it's going to feel like it's going to be Chad
Oh no, we're
Ochocinco?
not getting Odell
You took
Beckham
the
Jr.
words right out of my mouth.
It totally feels that
As
way.
you said him, I said Ocho Cinco.
It totally feels that way.
I
right?
saw
not
Ocho
getting
Cinco at a Red Sox game. I was surprised how small he was.
Oh, you saw him?
No, not recently, but when he was with the Patriots, him and his girlfriend was sitting near me at the Red Sox, and he was a small guy.
He's only 6 feet.
Those
No,
weren't
but
your
he-
seats.
he-
Those
I mean-
weren't your seats.
Those were not my seats. I rarely sit in my own seat.
I was just going to say, because
But I
I'm
was
usually
shocked,
with
like,
you.
We have been known to sneak down
Like,
to the better
if you
seats.
saw Chad Ochocinco, I would have seen Chad Ochocinco.
He wasn't in Section 8. He was not in Section 8. But how slight he was. He's a very slight guy.
Yeah, it was slim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're what, 6 foot, 185, 195. They're slim.
And they don't have a piece of fat
He
on
appeared to be more like 160, 165.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're tall.
He was
as
cut,
son.
you know.
Yeah.
But even like his biceps were like thin, you know. Even though they look toned and everything.
They're
But
all-
he didn't look like a guy like you looked at him and you go, like, yeah, I might have a chance against this guy. You know what I mean?
You have to see the video of Chad Ochocinco. Put it in Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson walks.
I'll have to
in-
Google
have you
that
ever
when I
seen
get
that?
home.
Yeah, he walks into a room and Chad Ochocinco
Because Mike Tyson's
approaches.
only like this tall.
Chad Ochocinco approaches him, and Mike Tyson didn't really know who he was at first, and Mike Tyson gave him a look like he was gonna kill him, and you could just literally see Chad Ochocinco piss his pants. I pissed my pants just watching the video. So put in Mike Tyson, Chad Ochocinco. It's going to be
The
well
fear of
worth.
God put right into
well
it, huh?
worth it. And then he realizes who it is, and he gives him a hug and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Now, how's Mike Tyson turned into this lovable character now? You know what I mean?
well, he was always
It's
lovable.
that lisp.
He was always lovable in this sense because he was just a train wreck.
He was a
And
dirt dog kid from the gutter who made something. You know?
But he never hid that he was a train wreck.
But then he had the rape
Yeah.
charges and all.
Oh,
this
yeah,
and
so
that.
yeah,
Rape is a hard thing to shake. You know what I
I told
mean?
you,
Bit the ear off a poor Leon.
So we had to go one time. Some guy who did work for me. He threatened me, so I had to go to the Rockville Police Department. So I go with Adrian to file charges against him, and the cop comes up and he goes, "Hey, I want to tell you something." I didn't even know the guy. He goes, "You know who's sitting in the cell right over here?" I go, "Who?" He goes, "Mike Tyson." We just arrested him because he threatened some guy at a traffic stop.
I'll
He
tell you.
was so happy. He's like, they were,
I'll tell you my threatened at a traffic stop story here. I'm coming out of the parking lot at Gillette Stadium, and there was one lane, and I thought it was one way going one. You know, you're only supposed to be going. So I'm driving. All of a sudden, this Charger comes barreling down towards me. Right. So now I got my Yukon with like 7 guys in the back, and there's one guy in this Charger. So we come to a Hispanic. I won't say. We come to a standoff, and I'm beeping, he's beeping. I'm going, you go back, and all of a sudden the Charger door opens and Matt Light gets out. He goes, "Back up." Okay.
They told me that story.
Yeah. All 6 guys go to back up.
Jimmy parks in the preferred parking lot. You can
I
tell.
know.
Back that.
He's not in lot 21 like
story.
me.
Yeah.
All these years I never got the Matt Light
That was
story.
my Matt Light story.
He's a good guy too. We should get him. Oh, all right. We gotta go. All right, boys. Well, that's our show for tonight.
Oh,
Want to
that's
thank the handsome one. Good to see the handsome
one is
I
back
want
in
to thank,
action.
of course, the fellas. Please check us out on our website, thegrandstanders.com, and tune in again next Wednesday night at 6:30 for another edition of Grandstanders Live. I'm your host, Scott Kerman. Have a great and happy night. I'm Scott Kerman. Have a great and happy night. The elephants are in town.
Here comes the circus.